Welcome, welcome to my training. And this is on your attitude, your slash emotion cycle. So initially I thought this would be for new consultants. And then I realized this is something we all can use and maybe a reminder. Maybe some of you never got this training before, but I think it is super important. And I am going to put it in my calendar, so to speak, for definitely for new consultants and also to revisit it. I think at least once a year, I think people should revisit this. So this is just about what emotions we go through over the course of our Mary Kay business. It could be, we go through all of these in the course of one day, really. I definitely, in my 40 plus years in Mary Kay, have gone through these emotions. It's an emotional, um, entrepreneurial roller coaster, I guess you could say. But it is normal, and that's what I want you to get out of this, that it is normal, it is okay. It's okay to get stuck. It is not okay to stay stuck. Okay? It is okay to not hit a goal. It is not okay to stop short of a goal because you think you're not going to hit it. All right. So we're going to start out with what is stage one? A new consultant, you're excited, you have enthusiasm. This is just going to be the greatest business ever. And you can't believe you didn't think of it sooner. So that's stage one. So if you want to get out a piece of paper, you could pause this and come back, but get out a piece of paper. You're going to draw a big circle. And so number one, I'd say at the top is the excitement slash enthusiasm stage of your Mary Kay business. And so then stage two, next, is called frustration. There's postponements, there's obstacles, there's friends who wouldn't book. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I thought my friends and family would at least support me. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So there's that frustration, or people who ghost you. All right, that's a term we use now, right? And we just think it must be because they hate us or they hate Mary Kay, but it really is generally neither of those. All right, so excitement, frustration. Stage three, shock. All right, so the third one down, there's going to be seven, just if you want to get them even on your circle. There's seven stages. And so the third one is shock. They said it would be so easy. Actually, this business is simple as far as what we have to do, what we are asking people to do, and how we share the products, whether it's in person or virtually. So it's simple. The plan is simple, but it does not mean it is easy. All right. So that's stage three, shock. Stage four is denial, withdrawal, avoiding meetings, negative attitude, procrastination. You cook, you sleep, you take on more projects at your job. You do other things at your house or with your family, and that's all part of withdrawal. That's part of denial. This is a very dangerous stage to stay in. I really feel when people are in this denial stage and they even deny they're in a stage, that's when, if they get stuck there and stay there, that's when we lose people. So I really, my heart breaks when that happens with people. So I want you to recognize this, that you're in the denial stage. And it can be like you just have like two appointments, both of them cancel or postpone or whatever. I get those too. Believe me, I get those too. And that can turn around in an hour by somebody else booking or somebody calling and saying they need $100 worth of product. So then it's like, okay, this isn't so bad anyway. I had that little dip, that little glitch, but then this over here was great. So the stage four denial, again, withdrawal, avoid meetings, negative attitude, procrastinate, sleep, cook, clean, things that you wouldn't normally do during your Mary Kay time, take on more priorities at your job. So any combination of those is part of the denial stage. Stage five, the next one, five of seven, is fear. So then you have this fear, and that is, I can't do this. Maybe this isn't for me. They didn't tell me this was going to happen. And you blame everyone but yourself. You're going to blame Mary Kay. You're going to blame me. You're going to blame your recruiter. You're going to maybe blame your people in your family, your kids, your husband, everybody but yourself. It's fear that you're going to fail at this. That's not a good place to be either. So then there's two stages. There's an A and B to stage 6. So I guess you could say there's 8, but there's 2 stages to stage 6. 6A is you're settling. And I see it when people do this and they are not admitting that they're doing this, but they settle. They say, I never wanted my own business. I just want this to be a hobby, or I love my other job. It's fulfilling. The hours aren't that bad. You quit and you forget your dreams. This is when people use their family or their kids or their husband as their excuse of why they're not doing their Mary Kay instead of the reason why they do their Mary Kay. So that's the settling stage, 6A. Then there's 6B, anger. Then here we go. This is where we want to get. Anger at yourself at this point. You get angry at yourself. You admit and recognize your feelings, recognize what you had been doing. You alone are responsible for your own success or failure. And don't you let one person's cancellation, one person returning a mascara, one person saying they don't want to be on your team, or one person who was on your team and then she quits. Don't let that one person determine your success in your Mary Kay business. All right? Don't let one person make or break you. So 6B is anger. Then 7 is the last stage. This is where you want to be. You want to get to this stage as soon as possible. It is called recommitment. All right, so it's not like me to give up on my goals, you're saying. It's not like me to get this discouraged so easily. All right, you're going to get excited again and you're going to send positive messages to your brain. Then you're going to get some activity that can change your stinking thinking, right? And that's going to become realistic. You're going to share with your sister consultants. You're going to share with me. You're going to get back to the meetings and open your mind. So when the longer you're gone from the meetings, the more disconnected you feel. And when you feel disconnected, you feel alone and you don't feel you're part of the community, and you are a part of our community. That's one of the main things I want, is everybody to feel connected, supported, uplifted, and a part of our community. And we can't do that for you if you avoid us and withdraw. So I want you to go through that cycle. You're going to go through that cycle again and again and again. I definitely have, but I have always come back to recommitment. And that's how I've stayed 40 plus years in Mary Kay. I want that for you, all right? Because many of you are director material. If not director, then you definitely have leader. Many of you have leadership qualities that can make you a leader of a team. So this cycle is inevitable to anyone who's growing. Anytime you're growing, with growth comes growing pains, right? So only through growing pains can you truly taste victory. So remember, everyone who is where you want to be has grown into this position. That's what I've got for you. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.